Hey, what's going on guys? Tom Mason here, back with another Behind the Image, and today we're talking about when things don't go right. As a wildlife photographer, trips don't always go the way you plan. Sometimes they don't work at all, sometimes they work as they're supposed to, but when I went to Latvia a couple of years ago, just things didn't want to go my way. I sat in a hide for 6 days in -20 in a sleeping bag with a down jacket on, and just nothing wanted to come together. I was waiting for white-tailed eagles and none came. I saw one raven on one day and I saw an eagle at about 6 miles away. It was just, not a nightmare because it was a beautiful place to sit for 6 days, but in the freezing cold when you're like busting for the loo, yeah, you do wonder why you're doing it. But of course, on a trip like that, you've got to come back with some pictures. And with 2 days left, I decided that I was going to get out the hide and really go to try and create some images from my time in Latvia. And now as a photographer, it's a really important thing to learn to do, how to make something from nothing and salvage a trip by just thinking compositionally and about how you can make nice pictures from what you're seeing. Now, whilst we were traveling around, the forest is absolutely stunning in Latvia. Really beautiful, dense forest. And as we were walking through, I made some nice shots of the trees, the birch trees, stuff like that. Some kind of abstract shots, blurring, panning, all of those things. But they really weren't connecting me to the landscape. But it wasn't until we got to a small little river that I found the shot that I'm really proud of, and the one up behind me. So with the rivers all frozen over, there were some little cracks in them on the edge where they kind of connected with the ground. And seeing this area of water, I could just see the tips of the trees as a reflection, because when I was standing up, they were kind of too far up. But noticing this, I bent down, crouched down in the snow, and as I did, the trees moved and it just created this really beautiful little scene within the water. And it was just a perfect chance for something a little bit different, and a shot that I'm actually majorly proud of, because it's totally different to a lot of images that I've seen, you know, and I just like creating something a little bit different. This, you know, simple composition, 70mm on my 24-70, framed up, focused on the trees in the reflection, and then used probably about f5.6 to get the shot in. You know, really simple, nothing hard, but to be honest, it's all about looking for different shots. I could have easily walked past this because I wasn't looking. But as a photographer, the key is to look for changes in the environment, sections, breaks, but also frames. Natural frames are really important to look for. And here, the natural frame of just the pool of water was perfect. Natural frames you can find with trees and stuff like that. There's loads of ways of shooting, but the more you think about these kind of processes and you log them in the back of your mind, if you ever go on a shoot where things aren't working out, you know that you can create great pictures by stepping back, looking at the landscape, thinking about framing, natural frames and simple compositions, and no matter where you go, you can always come back with something salvageable from a trip, and something that you'll be more than proud to take home. Because to be honest, after a week in Latvia in absolute freezing cold, this image alone would have definitely been worth the whole trip. You know, for me, that's what it's all about. One image a month is what I go for. You know, one image I really like every single month. And to me, this is one that I'm more than happy to have in my portfolio. It'd be great to hear your thoughts on the ways that you overcome kind of bad trips. Have you ever been anywhere and it just hasn't worked out? What do you do to get over that? Really love to hear your thoughts. If you've got any questions about wildlife photography, drop them in the comments below. More than happy to get back to you and answer any of the questions that you might have. If you like this, drop me a like and subscribe for future content. I'll be back soon with another video, so join me then.